We're gonna roll with this kind of format for a little bit. This is just another unedited stream of consciousness vlog that I wanted to do. Talk a little bit about my professional goals for the year, 2025. I don't really make resolutions because I think if you make one and you don't follow through with it, it's hard to not be hard on yourself. But for me, I just want to make some goals, some things I want to achieve this year, and some of those extend off of ideas from last year. Some are just things I would like to do in general. But to do that, I want to give a little bit of background information. I've been working with kids now for 4+ years. 2025 will be my 5th year working with kids. So I have experience on a couple different things that tend to be, I don't want to say sticking points, but various components of the trade, I suppose. So things like being CPR first aid certified. I need to get my certification renewed this year. I have until August to do that. So I will be doing that hopefully in conjunction with a couple of other training bits and bobs. But I have experience with that. I've done it before. And if you're wondering how I do it as a blind person, honestly, it comes down to tactile, hand over hand, like using the test dummies for CPR and first aid, really going through like a first aid kit and taking things apart piece by piece and kind of getting an understanding of how they work. So just like reverse engineering everything. And I actually did have a situation last summer where I had to make a 911 call and wait for paramedics for one of my kids. And I was able to administer enough first aid to hold things over until that child was able to be taken care of. So it did work, it does work, and I'm really happy that I have the tools and I've had the supportive staff that I need to do that. On the certification front, that brings me to my first big goal this year is I want to get Narcan certified. If you don't know, Narcan is I don't know what you call it, a substance that is given to essentially counteract and block the effects of narcotics, to either wake someone up from being unconscious or to stave the effects of an overdose. That's at least my understanding at a street level, like without having gone through the certification process. And so the idea is that if someone is ever overdosing, actively you administer Narcan, and that buys you a certain amount of time. I want to say it's like 5 minutes per dose, maybe. And I might be getting these wrong because I need to go get certified. But it essentially enables you to prolong them being conscious and awake so that paramedics can come in and administer more prevalent and necessary help. Again, that's my understanding right now. I could be totally wrong. You can feel free to correct in the comments, but I want to go get certified because the city that I live in definitely has a drug problem, and I work with primarily right now older students, so I would say upper middle school all the way through seniors in high school, and it's just something I'd like to be prepared for. So there's that one. And then kind of on the broader front, I want to look at my current job and kind of see, where's the career advancement track. I am doing a lot there right now in terms of running different kinds of programming. I'm looking at writing some staff trainings. I am looking at being involved in a national group that we have apparently being developed for those with disabilities. Beyond that, just kind of looking at, is there potential for full-time? Is there potential for more accessibility work, as we have gone from 1 site of operation to now we have 4 total? So there's lots of potential there. I just kind of want to assess what that looks like because I will be getting married this year, and it just kind of is making me kind of look at what I'm doing and where I'm going and then try to map that out a little bit. So that is kind of the second piece of this. And the last one is really to get comfortable with some accessibility things that I need to work on. So I talked briefly in a recent Mac video about wanting to be more proficient with VoiceOver and navigating my computer non-visually. Today, actually, I was prepping for an upcoming show that we have that our kids are putting on, and I found myself again having to depend on my vision a lot more than I would have liked, just because we needed to get things done in a timely manner and there's a lot of moving pieces, and I just need to I need to work on this. I need to step back from the vision so that if and when I lose my vision, I'm more prepared to still be able to function at a similar level. I'm not going to say the same, because there is going to be things that I have to do differently. But that's something that I definitely need to put more time in this year. And beyond that, really just hitting home the things that I do well, that I don't always acknowledge. I'm a Midwesterner. I'm not good at taking a compliment. I'm not good at acknowledging the things I do well. And sometimes I think when moments where like the kids realize that impact and voice it or do something to demonstrate that impact, I sometimes have to step back and go, you know what, I did allow for that to happen, or I did create a space where a child felt safe enough to speak up about something, bring attention to something, or express themselves in a creative way. And sometimes I think I get so bent out of shape on things that don't work or things that are really frustrating that I don't take the time to acknowledge the impact that I have and to specify my skill set in a way that allows for those same things to continue. More specifically, what I mean is, for me, I'm not like really, I can do it, but I'm not great at like commanding the room and making the kids do things that are required. I'm not good at pushing home the point and being able to really get that done. What I am good at is allowing them to create things, guiding that process a little bit, being there to support their ideas, and doing that in a way that ties in with some of our other ideas and programs. And I find that my most productive moments with my kids are outside of specific programming time sometimes. And this year I want to do more of all of those things to a degree that when it comes time for those same kids to do a program with me down the road, we like have a really solid rapport to build from. And I know it's a lot of rambling. I'm very tired. We have, like I said, we have this show coming up in a couple days, and I'm just really putting everything that I can into making it happen, because it means so much to the kids. It means so much to our staff that runs it. And for me, it's this ultimate showcase of what these kids put together. And we have things like dancing, singing, and the kids practice at home. They practice with each other in the lunchroom. They are talking about it outside of that program time, supporting each other. You have, our teenagers helping our middle schoolers, our teens and middle schoolers helping our younger elementary kids, and our older elementary kids helping the littles. And to create that community is my kind of synopsis of this whole thing. So I'm hoping, again, I'm Narcan certified, or I'm not Narcan certified. I want to be. I am CPR first aid certified. I carry a CPR, or my brain's fried. I told you. I carry a first aid kit. I carry a period kit with me, and I'm hoping to add Narcan to that list. And that's physical preparedness. And I want to make sure that that same level of attention to being prepared is there, so that I can approach things more evenly with my kids and allow them to grow this year. And when I put all that together, I want to take what I'm doing, be more aware of it as I'm doing it, and do more of it this year. So if you have any specific questions, or honestly, I'm curious about what your professional goals are this year, no matter what you do. This is just my perspective, my situation, and everybody does things differently. Even two people, we'll say two blind people who work with kids in the same capacity that I do, are going to approach things differently. And a lot of you that watch this channel are not blind, you're not working with kids, but it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're doing it as yourself and for your reasons and in your way. And when you do that, it's so noticeable. And I've had a couple moments this week where I've seen that impact, and I've had to kind of pull back and smile a little bit and say, hey, I did create the space for this. I did allow for this to happen, and I may have even contributed indirectly in assisting it to be that way. So again, unedited, we're a little all over the place, but I hope this was useful or entertaining, or maybe a bit of both. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Peace.